Michael and Rachel sat in their favorite Italian restaurant, celebrating their 10th wedding anniversary. The ambience was warm and inviting, with the soft glow of candlelight flickering across their faces. However, the atmosphere between them was anything but warm. The spark that once defined their relationship had dwindled to a mere flicker. Rachel smiled at Michael, trying to reignite the old flame. 10 years, can you believe it? Michael returned her smile, though it didn't reach his eyes. Yeah, it feels like just yesterday we were saying our vows. Rachel sighed inwardly, sensing his detachment. We should plan a trip, just the two of us. Maybe rekindle some of the magic. Michael nodded absent-mindedly, his thoughts drifting elsewhere. He had grown increasingly bored and disconnected from their marriage. The routine and predictability suffocated him. Sure, we can talk about it, he said, not fully committing. Just then, Rachel's younger sister, Lisa, burst through the door, her presence instantly livening up the atmosphere. Lisa was everything Rachel was not, spontaneous, adventurous, and free-spirited. She had a knack for drawing people in with her infectious energy. Hey, lovebirds! Lisa greeted them with a wide grin, pulling Rachel into a hug. Happy anniversary! I hope you don't mind me crashing your dinner. Rachel laughed, grateful for the distraction. Of course not, Lisa. Join us. As Lisa settled into the seat beside Michael, he couldn't help but notice how her eyes sparkled with life. She exuded a vitality that was intoxicating. He found himself drawn to her in a way that made him feel alive again. Over the next few weeks, Michael and Lisa's interactions became more frequent. What started as harmless banter turned into intimate conversations and secretive glances. They found themselves drawn to each other, unable to resist the pull. One evening, while Rachel was out of town for a work conference, Michael and Lisa met for drinks. The chemistry between them was palpable, and as the night wore on, the line between right and wrong blurred. I don't know what's happening to me, Michael confessed, his eyes locked onto Lisa's. I can't stop thinking about you. Lisa bit her lip, torn between her attraction to Michael and her loyalty to her sister. This is dangerous, Michael. We shouldn't be doing this. But it feels so right, Michael whispered, closing the distance between them. The kiss that followed was electric, igniting a passion that neither of them could deny. They spent the night together, succumbing to their desires. As the affair continued, Michael and Lisa became more reckless. Their secret rendezvous were thrilling but risky. It was only a matter of time before their illicit relationship was exposed. One evening, while Rachel was sorting through her emails, a message popped up on her phone. It was a text from Lisa, meant for Michael. The explicit content left no room for doubt. Rachel's heart pounded in her chest as she read the message, feeling as if the ground had been ripped out from under her. She confronted Michael the moment he walked through the door. Michael, what is this? Rachel's voice trembled as she held up her phone, the damning text message displayed on the screen. Michael's face went pale, and he stammered, Rachel, I can explain. Explain what? That you've been cheating on me with my sister. Rachel's voice rose, a mix of anger and heartbreak. Lisa, who had arrived shortly after, tried to intervene. Rachel, please, let me explain. How could you, Lisa? Rachel's voice broke. You're my sister. How could you betray me like this? The revelation shattered the family, leaving Rachel devastated and Lisa consumed with guilt. Michael was caught between his remorse and his unresolved feelings for Lisa. Lisa sat in her apartment, staring at the pregnancy test in disbelief. The two pink lines glared back at her, confirming her worst fear. She was pregnant, and the father could either be Michael or her casual boyfriend, Matt. Michael's phone buzzed. It was a text from Lisa, we need to talk. Can you come over? He sighed and replied, I'll be there in 30 minutes. When Michael arrived at Lisa's house, he found her pacing nervously in the living room. The tension between them was almost tangible. Lisa, what's going on? You sounded urgent, Michael said, his voice filled with concern. Lisa took a deep breath, trying to steady her nerves. Michael, I'm pregnant. Michael's face paled. Are you sure? She nodded, tears welling up in her eyes. Yes, and I don't know if you're the father. The gravity of the situation hit Michael like a freight train. We need to tell Rachel. Lisa shook her head vehemently. Not yet. I need time to figure things out. Please, Michael. Michael sighed, running a hand through his hair. Okay, but we can't hide this forever. Rachel, meanwhile, was trying to rebuild her life. She started therapy to cope with the betrayal and joined a local art class to keep herself occupied. Her therapist, Dr. Collins, was a kind, middle-aged woman with a gentle demeanor. Rachel, how are you feeling today? Dr. Collins asked during one of their sessions. Rachel shrugged, her eyes tired. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm making progress, and other times I feel like I'm drowning. Dr. Collins nodded sympathetically. It's a process, Rachel. Healing takes time. Have you thought about what you want moving forward? Rachel hesitated. Part of me wants to move on and start fresh. But another part of me wonders if there's anything left to salvage with Michael. Dr. Collins leaned forward. It's important to focus on what you need. Whether that includes Michael or not, only you can decide. Rachel found solace in her art class, where she met Clara, an outgoing woman with a passion for painting. Clara quickly became a confidant, helping Rachel navigate her emotions. You're stronger than you think, Rachel, Clara said one evening after class. You just need to believe it. Michael, on the other hand, was determined to make amends. He attended therapy sessions alone and started to understand the underlying issues in his marriage. He realized how he had taken Rachel for granted and how his actions had caused irreparable harm. During a therapy session, Michael confessed, I feel like I've lost everything. Rachel, our life together, even Lisa. I don't know how to fix this. Dr. Collins, who also saw Michael, encouraged him to focus on personal growth. You need to work on yourself, Michael. Understand why you made those choices and how you can become a better person, not just for Rachel or Lisa, but for yourself. Michael also reached out to Matt, Lisa's boyfriend, to discuss the situation. It was a tense and awkward conversation, but Michael knew it was necessary. Matt, I need to talk to you about Lisa, Michael began, his voice strained. Matt frowned. What about her? Is she okay? Michael took a deep breath. Lisa is pregnant, and there's a chance the baby might be mine. Matt's expression darkened. You're serious? How could you do this to Rachel and Lisa? You always pretended to be a solid guy, and devoted husband. Then you do this with your wife's sister. Michael nodded, guilt heavy in his chest. I know I've made a mess of things. But Lisa and I need to figure this out, and I wanted to be honest with you. Matt clenched his fists, trying to contain his anger. I appreciate the honesty, but this is a lot to take in. Michael and Lisa had another clandestine meeting to discuss their next steps. The tension between them was palpable. Lisa, we can't keep doing this, Michael said, his voice filled with frustration. We need to figure out the paternity of the baby and be honest with everyone. Lisa nodded, her eyes red from crying. I know, Michael. But I'm scared. What if the baby is yours? Michael took her hand, his expression earnest. Then we'll deal with it together. But we have to stop hiding. As the reality of their situation set in, Lisa made a difficult decision. She decided to end her relationship with Michael and focus on her unborn child. Michael, I can't do this anymore, Lisa said, her voice breaking. I need to think about the baby and what's best for both of us. Michael nodded, understanding the gravity of her decision. I understand, Lisa. I'll be here to support you, whatever happens. Rachel decided to take control of her life. She confronted Michael one last time, determined to set boundaries and find closure. "Michael, I've made a decision," Rachel said, her voice steady. "I can't continue our marriage. Too much has happened, and I need to move on." Michael's eyes filled with tears. "Rachel, I'm so sorry. I wish I could undo everything." Rachel shook her head. "We can't change the past. You did exactly what you wanted to do. You were bold and have no shame. Betrayed by my husband and sister, I have learned a lot. Never speak to me again. I need to focus on myself now." As Rachel walked away, she felt a sense of liberation. She was no longer defined by her marriage or the betrayal. She was ready to embrace her future, whatever it held. Michael accepted the end of his marriage. He still had deep feeling for Lisa and wanted to be with her. Lisa, coming to terms with her mistakes, decided she did not love Michael or want a life with him. She prepared to raise her baby with or without Michael's involvement, depending on the paternity results. Thank you for watching our story. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support helps us create more engaging stories for you. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, we'd love to hear from you.